Oh, hey, it's me, Jenny. I wanted to let you know that I'm playing some shows this December. Concerts, if you will. Me in a room with a guitar singing my little songs. On December 5th, I'm going to be in Elkton, Maryland. December 6th, Freehold, New Jersey. December 7th, New Hope, Pennsylvania. December 10th, Providence, Rhode Island. December 11th, Woodstock, New York. These shows are going to be super fun. I'm co-headlining with the great Lily Hyatt. If you live in one of these places, please come out to a show. Come say hey. You can find all the pertinent details and also tickets at jennyowenyoungs.com/tour. Hope to see you out there.
Think your lashes have hit their limit? Discover limitless length and full volume with Maybelline Sky High Mascara. The Flex Tower brush bends to volumize and extend every single lash from root to tip. And the lightweight bamboo-infused formula makes lashes feel weightless. Now in 8 bold shades so you can take your lashes to new heights every day. Visit Maybelline.com to shop Sky High Mascara now.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
I didn't realize that America's favorite gunslinger was so sensitive.
I have my principles, Miss Williams. That's all.
Uh-huh. And those principles of yours, how much did Vault-Tec pay to take them off your hands?
Well, this is America. Everybody has a sponsor, and I'm not ashamed to earn a living.
Vault-Tec is the largest company in America. There's a lot of money in selling the end of the world.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of money in selling a political ideology that ends in bread lines.
Okay, sorry, this was a mistake. We'll be leaving.
Oh, no, I'm quite glad you brought Mr. Howard today. You see, it happens that I know your wife. And perhaps a side of her you don't.
Hello and welcome to Okey Dokey, a buffering rewatch adventure where we're watching and discussing every episode of Fallout, one by one, spoiler free. I should have never trusted a doctor that smelled like that. I'm Jenny Owen Youngs.
Jenny, I don't have oysters, but I do have canned tuna. I'm Kristin Russo, and today we are talking about the penultimate episode of Season 1 of Fallout, The Radio.
The Radio was written by Chaz Hawkins and directed by Claire Kilner and Frederick E. O'Toy.
A double-handed directing
Can
adventure.
you believe it?
How does that happen? That seems like trouble to me, you know?
Well, I'm wondering if it was split up. I didn't actually I didn't actually do any research other than reading a couple of wikis and finding nothing. But
I didn't think about
part
that,
of this
but you're
is
probably right.
in the Wasteland.
Right.
So maybe they just had 2 units and they had to split it up between Claire and Frederick.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's go with that until somebody emails us and tells us we are incorrect.
Yeah, let us know what we missed.
Correct. As we say, correct until emailed.
And this episode originally came into the world squalling and naked on April 10th, 2024.
According to IMDb, this is the one where residents of Vault 4 prepare to expel Lucy for breaching the forbidden level 12. Thaddeus finds a means to heal his foot. Norm infiltrates Vault 31 and Moldaver convinces Howard to distrust his wife. Not quite the affair I predicted, but an affair nonetheless. An affair of some nature. On Amazon, they say this is the one where every generation has their own dumbass ideas.
Sounds about right to me.
It sure does. Opening credits in this one, Jenny, we get a tank. It looks like the tank.
A little blub blub.
Yeah, it looks like the Vault 4 tank where we saw the perhaps dead gobbler. What's it called? Gulper?
There was the gulper. There was also just like people in hydro tanks, right? Were they in liquid?
No. Well, the lady giving birth was in liquid.
She was.
But that was for the safety of the gulpers.
Sorry. One pregnant woman. I can't tell pregnant women apart.
Yeah. The other ones were in like frozen, or they were in
They were in like
Sigourney
cryopods.
Weaver pods. Yeah.
Right.
The order of events today. Who knows? So the minute I stop taping this, I'm going inside to watch the finale. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for far too long to watch the finale. But and what I was going to say is I have no idea how I'm going to parse through the finale's order of conversation because this episode was the hardest so far. But we're gonna tackle the flashbacks that we get, the Cooper flashbacks, Cooper Moldaver. We're gonna go to the wasteland, focusing on the ghoul mostly first, then to Vault 4 and beyond, as I call it, all the way through the radio station confrontation. And then we're going to end with what happens in 31, 32, and 33. We couldn't figure out where to put that one, but since the entire episode ends with that last scene in 31, we figured we'd put it at the end so we could end there too.
Indeed.
Okay. Big thoughts?
Having a blast. I'm having a blast. I feel like we're moving pieces. This feels like a sort of like transitional episode a little bit. Things are getting shuffled, but my favorite thing about this episode is that it's my favorite Maximus episode.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't wait to talk about it. I feel like he is just doing great
This
work.
is when it it's, I mean, the way you're laughing, it's also his best comedic episode, but it's also, this is when it sort of all comes together for Max, which I also loved. And yeah, this is a fun one. This is I think, I was accidentally reading. I don't often read the reviews that the episodes get. But when I was on the wiki for something else, I saw a lot of good reviews and a lot of sort of mentions of how this really sets you up for a slam bang finale, right?
Are you ready to get slammed and banged?
I'm ready. I'm so ready to get slammed and banged.
Wait, let me just actually visit slammed-and-banged.com and see.
I'm not buying you another
redirects me to
URL.
KristinNoline.com.
She's slam. In the words of Jenny Owen Youngs, she's slam on my bang till I don't know how to do
till
it.
Ed.
Yeah. All right. So Hollywood Forever Cemetery. We love Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Jenny and I have been to this cemetery, maybe not together, but at least separately. No, we did go together one time, right? We saw a show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moldaver looking as good as ever. Sipping. You know who's the smuggest bitch of this episode? Not that we do that here, but it is fucking Moldaver with her fucking, I think it's an espresso. Like, it looked like it was a tea, but like, I just feel like smug bitches drink espresso, and she's probably got espresso in there.
The way that she delivers her little speech.
Oh my God. So she's talking about like the American dream is bullshit. We've seen them say this. The atom bomb was supposed to end, everything, and it didn't. We've seen them say that America's always getting better, but we're in the future and it's not fucking better. Super relatable content from Moldaver. And Cooper is like your uncle who's a cop who you like bring in to be like, no man, like you really just gotta hear her. And he listens to like 4 sentences and is like, fuck this shit, What I really, 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 really appreciate about Cooper's part in this scene is that he says, this is about all the horse shit I can take. Gets up to leave, and she says, what did you say? And unlike anyone ever before in a television show or a movie,
Cooper says, "This is about all the horse shit I can take. Nobody ever does this, and I appreciate it." Everyone always says the thing they just said, but different.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, not Coop. He's owning it. And we started, of course, we wanted to give you both parts of this, so you barely have to wait for the second half. We started, of course, with her calling him out as I love, because like I told you, you bring your uncle who's a cop to the thing, and the best way to zing your uncle who's a cop that you brought for leaving is by saying, "Oh, you're so sensitive." A real good zing from smug bitch Moldaver.
Well, it's a 1-2 punch, because she starts with "you're so sensitive" and she ends with "I know your wife."
Yeah.
Perhaps a side of her you don't.
And I was like, man, here I thought Cooper and Moldaver were the ones having the affair, but turns the fuck out. How did I not queer that shit? But yeah, she knows his wife. And so let's hear the rest of that clip, yeah? Cooper says,
How do you know my wife?
My research company was acquired by her division. We were developing this kind of technology that's difficult to monetize. Cold fusion, infinite energy. That's what I was on the verge of achieving when Vault Tech swept in and bought up every company I'd ever worked for.
Every one of them? So what are you, a millionaire communist?
Hypocrisy is like violence in your movies. If you only let the bad guys use it, the bad guys win.
Yeah, I got a little showbiz secret for you. A good bad guy doesn't see themselves as a bad guy.
America has been locked in a resource war for over a decade. Vault Tech bought the means to end that war. The same war you fought in. So they could put it on the shelf, all because it didn't fit into their business model. I want your help in getting it back.
Moldaver knows simply every woman. She knows every woman from 219 years ago, and she knows every woman now.
It's true. It's true. That's how you become a fire bitch. What's her title? Flaming goddess. What do they call her?
The Flame Mother.
Flame Mother. I think my other alternates are
Fire bitch.
Fire bitch. Fire bitch is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of it's almost like, Jenny, no offense to the X-Files. It's almost like you can put a lot of exposition in a show, but also make the show good. Like, it's almost like those two things can happen at the same time.
No, I don't think so.
Because there's a lot. Like, we learn a lot in this. And the first big thing is what she just said, right? That Vault-Tech's buying everything. Vault-Tech, the landlords of humanity, just scooping them up and taking everything for their own. They possess.
Well,
yeah.
They're not just taking everything for their own. They're preventing the dissemination of technology which would end the energy crisis.
Right.
Because they're in the business of selling the end of the world.
Exactly. So the world must continue fighting, aka heading towards end, for them to profit. So they bought up her company and all of the companies that are cold fusion adjacent and said, that doesn't exist. We own it and we say it doesn't exist. So then she's like, and this is why, like, okay, maybe they're not going to have sex, but when a lady gives you a listening device to put in your wife's Pip-Boy, that's a little, I don't know. I support it because I also don't trust Vault-Tech, but it's almost an affair. He takes the listening. He doesn't want to take it, but then she says, keep it as a keepsake or whatever the fuck she says.
A token?
So he takes it, and him and Roosevelt, fucking God save Roosevelt. I hope.
I can't believe we get Roosevelt and Four in the same episode together.
And we even get them in conversation with each other.
Yeah.
Roosevelt is sitting on the couch with him as he's like, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? And he connects the listening device. He pops it in his ear just as his wife comes out with hot cocoa. Why does Cooper not like marshmallows is my question. I really paid attention. She was like 2 marshmallows, 1 without. And I was like a fucking hawk on the glasses. And she gave Janie marshmallows. She had marshmallows. Cooper says... no marshmallows.
Marshmallows are not particularly masculine.
It's true.
Is what I think they're trying to tell us.
As Spike proves to us in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. famous bottom, Spike.
Do you want to equate a lack of masculinity with bottomhood?
No, I don't, but I did. So everyone will have to unpack that on their own time.
Okay.
So he hears her. It works. And he's like, you're right, Roosevelt. This is a bad idea.
Yep. But then later when he's no longer smoking a pipe, but is instead smoking a cigarette inside their bedroom.
Just like the 50s.
Yeah. And watching his little Vault-Tec TV commercial featuring the Hawthorns.
And I did not make that connection once we get later to watch the tape of the demise of Vault 4 until he was watching the commercial and they're like, Cassandra. And I was like, oh no, Cassandra.
Yeah, he decides he's going to actually go dig that earpiece out of the trash while muttering, no dogs in the vault, huh?
I told you, episode 1, I follow the ghoul till the end. And you know what? He's proving himself to me. He says dogs above people, and I concur.
No, for sure.
All right. So we'll end on a very similar note in the next section when we go to the wasteland, where we first find... This was incredible to me. Okay, so... We're in the wasteland and this is where the whole episode opens. There's 2 sort of nondescript, very sort of like covered individuals, and they're panning for gold, except they're actually panning for bottle caps. And lead. But it looked like bottle caps to me. Is there a difference?
They're lead farmers.
They're lead farm. I heard him say it, but also, didn't they look like bottle caps? Okay, well, Jenny's doing her little suspicious shrug emoji face. 2 things I want to say. This was like Luke Skywalker in Tatooine. That's the place with the 2 suns. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Moisture farmer, lead farmer. It just had that vibe to me. It was like very much like somewhere Luke Skywalker is also farming moisture.
Right.
And the other thing that I want to say is... Directing wise, writing wise, the combination of the 2, the choices here, there are 2 small choices that they made. This is a father and a son. We don't know that at first, but they establish the love that this father has for his son with 2 things. They wave to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then right when they get back and they take off their things, he like tousles his son's hair. That's it. That's like all they fucking give us. And it is enough to set the tone for you understanding this father's love for his child, which I just thought was brilliant. It was done very well.
Yeah.
This is Eric Estrada. Also, Eric Estrada doing a great job acting, giving us dad.
So, according to the Fallout fandom wiki, this opening scene is likely a reference to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Have you ever seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
I haven't.
Well, apparently, the film is a huge influence on this series.
Huh.
And let me tell you about it. In the movie, a man comes home to find Angel Eyes, a.k.a. the Bad, sitting at his dinner table demanding information. Before he leaves, Angel Eyes kills the man and his son, leaving behind a grieving widow and surviving son.
Wow. Very similar.
Wow.
But the ghoul is better than that. So he doesn't. He only kills the necessary. He's only ever killed the necessary people.
2 sons.
Yeah. The necessary people.
Okay.
You know that son did something. Rufus, he did something.
Okay. Interesting.
I've seen no evidence to the contrary. My ghoul...
Well, he's taken up with that woman in the hills.
That woman in the hills.
Did you like when he took out the letter and peered through the bloody bullet hole?
Yeah. So Rufus is the older brother who is not there. He took up with, like Jenny said, the woman in the hills. Tommy is the younger brother. And then what is the daughter's name?
Sandra.
This is fucking hysterical. I'm sorry.
The little flesh-eating bit.
The little flesh-eating bit. They come in and
yeah, this is just some
like
Ramsay
the
Bolton
good,
shit.
The bad and the ugly. Yeah. He's sitting there and they're like, where's Sandra? And the ghoul like very meaningfully cuts a piece of his meat and then chews it very meaningfully. And then
Do you remember when Ramsay Bolton was eating a sausage in front of Theon Greyjoy?
Yeah, I actually very much do. Yes. The daughter who's adorable and who like definitely loves the ghoul, like, right? They've like definitely been playing checkers while they waited for these guys to come home. He looks at the dad and he's like, "Oh wait, you thought?" And he laughs. Come on now. Incredible. And we learn that, I'm sorry, I don't know the dad's name. He's just the dad. He is shot. At some point, he must have shot up the ghoul because the ghoul makes a comment that he still has lead left in him from this guy.
Yep.
But he's not going to hurt anybody. He just needs information, Jenny.
Yep, but then he also needs to eliminate the possibility of future danger to himself.
Yeah, but he knows that Eric Estrada is not going to fuck him up. He knows.
Yeah.
But he knows that this boy, because the way that the kid answers, he's like, he basically reveals that Tommy has received a stash of caps to pay a courier. So this is the person who paid Ma June, right, the caps to safely transport Wilzig. And the kid is like, I didn't want to be out here sifting dust further. I wanted something better for us. I wanted something better. And like, you can see the ghoul just like watching this kid and knowing and like probably respecting, because that's what the ghoul would do too, that this kid is not going to be okay with the fact that he killed his brother, that he will, if he doesn't draw on him now, he's going to draw on him at some point. And he's right. He draws on him. He doesn't even do it preventatively. He draws on him. The kid draws on him and he shoots him.
But would he have drawn on him if the ghoul didn't egg him on?
Yes. Sorry. Ghoul, team ghoul.
I didn't say I wasn't team ghoul. I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out that we get another taste of the Fallout 4 theme as father and son are lead farming. Woo! What a beautiful...
The score overall is fucking amazing in this episode, in my humble opinion. All right, so we go to the Red Rocket, where our first visit to the Red Rocket is Thaddeus and Four. Thaddeus has maybe become my favorite character in the show. Like, not gonna fucking lie. I love him so much.
So funny.
Why does this show have to fuck with feet so bad? Why? I have in my notes, no, don't take your boot off. No.
Yeah, this is upsetting. This is upsetting. I don't like it. But don't worry, by the end of the episode, all will be well.
Ish.
Oh, God. Just lugging this golf bag around still in the rain with that nasty foot. Four like trying to lick his disgusting shredded foot.
The way he talks to Four too, he's like, if you were a person, you wouldn't have any friends. You know that? And I love like Thaddeus does a thing. So he basically has to downsize because he can barely walk, and he's like, I'm gonna die. I'm definitely gonna die. My foot is falling off of my body. And so he's like, I can't carry this big bag anymore. He sort of like ties a bandana around the head to make it easier to carry. He keeps the fusion core and he puts, we don't approve of this here at Buffering, a Rewatch Adventure. He puts Four in the Nuka-Cola case, but he's like, checks if he can breathe. He makes sure there's a little window for him. He's like,
he lowers the lid going boop, 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 boop. He's like, this is a very important mission and I can't have you jeopardizing it.
Yeah, he doesn't want any harm to come to Four. He just doesn't know what else to do with Four. And Four's not going to let him leave with the head. Like, Four's just going wherever the head goes.
Yeah. The Red Rocket near Sanctuary, which is like kind of where you start Fallout 4, is where you pick up dog meat.
Is he in a Nuka-Cola case?
No, I think he's just like out and about.
Okay. That's fun.
But I hit up Tortin because Tort is our resident Fallout expert.
Yeah.
And I was like, am I right in thinking the Red Rocket is where you meet dog meat in Fallout 4? And he said, yes. The one just outside of Sanctuary. There are actually 25 Red Rocket chain locations in Fallout 4.
Wow. Okay, so Thad leaves and he begins walking towards what I call Radio Town. Like most weeks here at KPSS, this week is Fiddle Week, when all my airtime will be spent luxuriating in my small but mighty collection of fiddle tunes. Jenny, you described two folks that you knew, I think one who you worked with and one who loved talking to that guy about various forms of records. Fred Armisen is playing one of these men, correct?
For sure. Here's the thing. I like Fred Armisen a lot. I have enjoyed him many times in many formats. However, it is my personal belief, though I love and respect him, that he does not belong here.
Really?
Maybe this is an unpopular opinion. Maybe this is just like my issue. I just like, when I see Fred Armisen, I'm instantly taken out of whatever rich tapestry I'm currently enjoying. He is purely Fred Armisen. I also feel like I've seen him do the music thing. He's always like doing his music thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just feel like, I think that this is my only casting nitpick. And again, with love and respect to Fred Armisen, who is very funny and very talented. I wish that DJ Carl was played by somebody who felt like part of the show and not like sort of a sore thumb cameo.
Yeah, I mean, Fred Armisen is instantly recognizable, and he is just kind of always Fred Armisen. But I also believe that Fred Armisen would be in this DJ booth doing this. Like, I've just reconciled those two realities in my mind. And what is the comedian's name who plays the overseer? Chris Parnell. It's like, I mean, he's definitely not like as recognizable as Fred Armisen, but I feel like it's like a similar placement of someone who has like very good comedic timing and is in a role that is like essentially meant to be funny. Like it's not a role that has like deep gravity to it. So I support it, but I also support you in not supporting it.
Thank you for your support.
If you don't like what you hear, I don't take visitors. A simple postcard will do. I ask myself, is there
delivering
postal service? Yeah. So, okay, now you want to talk about fucking comedy that soars in this fucking episode?
Yeah, I do.
Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that we would meet the snake serum fucking guy again.
The snake oil salesman?
Snake oil salesman, yeah. I was so excited to see him again and so excited that he did not kill himself, which is what he's about to do.
Yeah, he's doing a really tricky maneuver there. Sock off, big toe fully engaged. But luckily he sees Thaddeus limping along. And I was like, whoa, better put my sock back on and run this guy down. He bids Thaddeus to come into his humble pharmacy. And Thaddeus takes off his sock. And the snake oil salesman is like, I've seen this condition before. And Thaddeus says, someone stepped on my foot. And snake oil salesman says, sometimes fatal.
This is John Daly. This is like Comedy Bang Bang, Upright Citizens Brigade. Like, this guy has a really long resume in especially improv. He's been around. He does a lot, and he is just giving us his all. Just incredible. Please, Jenny, can we play what this man says? So Thaddeus pulls his gun. He sits down, he pulls his gun.
He's like, why should I pay you when I could just draw this gun on you?
I feel like the answer is literally right there for you, Thaddeus. You clearly don't know what potions to drink, but it gives us this monologue, and so for that, I'm thankful.
Well, when it comes to serums, not many people know the difference between the noxious and the benign. A murky hue of green could aid the humors, a brackish hint of shamrock, and... That's the sound of your lower intestine falling right the fuck out. But which is which?
The delivery on falling right the fuck out deserves its own Emmy, in my personal opinion.
Oh, this is so fucking funny. He's so fucking funny and good. This elixir I have concocted heals all. But I must warn you, the taste, not great.
The way he laughs at Thaddeus, because Thaddeus is like, after he takes it.
And then we get to watch Thaddeus's foot start like zooping itself back together. Wow.
Which is cool. Which is very cool. Is this like claymation? What's happening here? Is this CGI?
I know this is like literal healing for Thaddeus, but also it feels healing to me, like the parts of my soul that have been scarred by watching terrible wounds be delivered in television and film.
Right.
Part of that in me has been healed by watching this.
Great. Thaddeus gives Snake Oil Salesman a fucking fusion core as payment. This guy is like, I was about to kill myself and now I've healed a man and become rich, like all in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He tells Thad where the radio station is and he says...
Yonward.
Huh? Yeah.
Yonward.
Yonward. He also says he doesn't have to worry because he says like near Shady Sands and Thad is like, oh, that place is radioactive as hell. And he's like, not something you need to worry about anymore. And Thaddeus is like, But what do you mean? And off he goes. All right. Red Rocket Part 2.
The ghoul rolls up, all a squint, finds a little blood in the muck, and puts his little finger in it and gives it a little lick. He says.
It like also whatever they used, like you can. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna throw up on the microphone, but he like puts it on his tongue and then he sort of like flicks it off of his tongue with his teeth. And whatever they used for this, it like there's like a little droplet of red that just like rolls down his chin and it made me want to fucking die. I'm sorry for saying it out loud. I was hoping it would help me heal, you know?
Then he hears a bit of a whimper and a whine coming from the Nuka-Cola fridge. And he lets 4 out. So he like lifts the lid up and she just sits there because she's such a good girl.
She is. She's the best.
And then he's like, let's go find your daddy.
So they go, and the last scene we see, and now it's important because we divide this up for clarity of storyline, but the last scene we've seen before we see the ghoul and 4, they're sitting in the wasteland now, and oh my God, the way this dog lays on people, like, I fucking can't.
I know.
This is like when the ghoul was laying on Wilzig when they were still in the Enclave.
When the ghoul was laying on Wilzig?
Whoops, sorry.
I think you're thinking of a fanfic you recently read.
When 4 was laying on Wilzig at the Enclave. That's where he worked, right? I have that location right. It's like the same vibe. I mean, this dog is incredible, but the way that it like cuddles on somebody's limb is just like too much for me to fucking deal with. Anyway, in real time, the last thing we saw before we see the ghoul and 4 sitting in the wasteland together was Roosevelt and Cooper sitting together by digging the thing out of the trash. And so the ghoul looks at 4 all cuddled on his leg and says, I'm sorry, dog meat, but you ain't him.
Oh. But also, don't you feel like it's kind of the you ain't him that means you're kind of him?
Yeah. I think the lady doth protest too much.
Oh, also, did you note the Hollywood Forever sign in the background?
No, I didn't. Cool.
Yeah, there's only like 3 places in
the observatory.
This whole show.
Honestly, when I think of Los Angeles, I also am like, so the Griffith Observatory, Hollywood Forever, and a donut shop.
Studio somewhere and a donut shop. Yeah.
And the Santa Monica Pier. that also made an appearance. Yeah. Okay. Now, speaking of dog meat, let's get into the meat of this episode, which I think begins, I mean, there's some big stuff, but Vault 4, we go to Vault 4. This is, and Kristin Russo, noted fool, said, I don't know, I'm not sure there's any way I could get behind frozen pregnant women in tanks. That should have been my first clue that like somehow they would fucking get me behind frozen pregnant ladies in tanks.
Mm-hmm. So it turns out a society governed entirely by scientists who are completely unregulated, probably bad.
He's like, they're showing him the tape. They're showing Lucy the tape. And what's his name? What's this boy scientist's name?
Lloyd
is like, don't let this be your indication. Don't pay any attention to this tape. Scientists still should be in charge. As he's like ready to fucking go.
Taking the time to leave that message while his wife is trying to barricade the door. Really cool, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Okay, so what they were getting into was they were luring people into the medical supplies trapdoor from the surface and using them, unwilling test subjects, in their experiments to hybridize humans with radioactive resistant species. Yuck. Can I just say, yuck?
Yeah. And so the overseer is explaining that, like, his ancestors were used as lab rats, and that experiment went on until the, quote, lab rats rebelled.
Right.
The creature, the overseer says, the creature in the video, because we see, like, a gulper. Yeah, I assume they retrieved this footage from the body of a gulper because the last thing you see is the gulper about to swallow the video camera. The creature in the video was actually my great uncle Peter on my mom's side. He's very upset. Yeah. And then, like, the horror of all horrors, the thing you want no one to ever say to you if you've lived in a vault, the overseer says, what was the experiment in 33? Lucy's like, huh?
No, she's just like, there is no experiment.
Okay, maybe Kristin is like, huh?
Yeah, we and Benjamin and Birdie are all sharing a loaded look.
Yeah, and Norm back at home. So despite her learning this now, she didn't know it. They're like, you fucked up we've worked really hard to build this place of safety for folks who have essentially been through like massive trauma because of their history and how they were experimented on. And so they take her to what I've called the tribunal, though I don't know if it has a proper name. Meanwhile, Max, and this must be one of your first favorite moments of fucking comedy Max. He's like eating his popcorn out of the yellow bowl and he sees Lucy get like taken by.
And he's like, he like watches her being carried and hears her, cries. He looks down meaningfully at the bowl of popcorn before he looks up and then resolves to get up. But he also takes a huge fistful and shoves it into. He's like, oh, something to remember you by.
Yeah, like one last one for the road. I might never eat popcorn ever again. So we go to the tribunal. Another fucking comedy in two parts here. It's like, you deserve. Birdie is like speaking to the crowd. The crowd they love popcorn here, by the way. Vault 4's favorite food, popcorn. They all have popcorn. They're watching, and it's very set up like very, what is it called in the olden days when they would put a human in the pen with a tiger and.
Oh, like gladiator stuff?
Yeah, gladiator stuff. It feels very like something like that is going to happen. Birdie's saying, you deserve safety unless you threaten the peace. And the overseer picks up his huge sword.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, for causing harm to a fellow survivor, you are sentenced to death by dramatic pause. banishment to the surface. Chris Parnell sawing these binds on her wrists and saying to Birdie, "Oh, we need to get this sharpened, please." He can't even cut through the ties with the sword. Is incredible. Yeah.
Lucy can't believe they're letting her go. And Benjamin's like, that's a very optimistic way of looking at it, which is why we're giving you 2 weeks of supplies. And she's like, can I ask you a question? And he's like, yes, of course, someone else will carry the supplies to the surface for you. She's like, my friend, he's a good person. He deserves to be somewhere nice and safe. Simultaneously, Max is stealing their fusion core and getting his suit on, and he busts in and he's like, let her go. And then he's tossing people left and right. He's throwing the Nuka-Cola fridge. He's oh no, he smashed all the treats for the surface.
He did. I was really looking forward to
news.
having treats on the surface. But I write as this scene transitions, Jenny, the score swells and our doofus hero screams, let her go.
Yeah. Oh my God, as Lucy is like waving wildly, trying to stop him, she finally gets his attention.
Titus, stop! They're letting me go.
Really?
Yeah.
Oops. Sorry. Somebody maybe check on him?
The oops through the like vocal
through the
device. Oops. It's really good.
Really
Although
great.
We should say that during this entire thing, before he even screams let her go, we get this song Only You. So it's like this big romantic song playing in the background as this happens. It's fucking great. It's fucking great.
That's the Platters from 1955. Only You, parentheses, and you alone, end parentheses. Because the Platters have gone through multiple lineups over the years, they earned the branding tag, many voices, one name. What's really interesting is that actually their most successful incarnation was comprised of 4 men and 1 woman. Usually, especially from this era, you would see, dude groups
and lady groups.
Yeah. But I think that's pretty interesting. And I think this is another one of those acts where there could be multiple The Platters on tour in different parts of the world at the same time.
That is wild to me. The precursor to holograms, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, did you know that maybe you haven't. Maybe you have not yet had a reason to be exposed to Blippi.
Is that a children's thing?
Yes, Blippi is a man who is like Miss Rachel, but really, really, really not for me.
He's a man? He's just a human man?
He's a human man with a propeller beanie.
Okay.
And a bow tie and suspenders.
All right.
But actually, he's 2 men. There are 2 different men who can be Blippi. They look pretty similar.
Uh-huh.
And they both do live things, and they both make Blippi videos, and it's all under the Blippi umbrella. There's OG Blippi and
bizarre.
Doppel
I take
Blippi.
it that Aldrich likes Blippi.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies just to see if you could save some cash? Well, Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states.
If you've shopped online, it's extremely likely that you've bought from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button you see at checkout? The one that makes the process from, I think I'm ready to buy, to, I can't wait till it gets here, so incredibly easy? That's Shopify. And there's a reason so many businesses sell with it, because Shopify makes it easy to start and run your business. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. It gives you a leg up from the very beginning, with hundreds of beautiful, ready-to-go templates to express your brand style, so you don't have to spend time coding a website. Shopify allows you to tackle all the important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. Plus, they have built-in marketing and email tools to help find and keep new customers, so you can easily spread your brand's word. And did I mention that iconic purple Shop Pay button that's used by millions of businesses around the world? It's the reason why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. Your customers already know it, love it, and actually use it. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. Shopify.com/realm.
The Who's Down in Who Newville were making their list, but some didn't know Walmart has the best brands for their gifts.
What about toys? Do they have brands kids have been wanting all year?
Yep, Barbie, Tony's, and Lego. Gifts that will make them all cheer.
Do you mean they have all the brands I adore?
They have Nintendo, Nespresso, Apple, and more.
What about...
So the Who answered questions from friends till they were blue. Each one listened and shouted, from Walmart? Who knew? Shop gifts from top brands for everyone on your list in the Walmart app.
Aldrich has not really... Blippi and Miss Rachel have done some collabs, which has primarily been his exposure to Blippi, who is
great.
Entirely, no offense to Blippi, too much.
This is an anti-Blippi podcast.
No, I mean, I'm happy for him making them and the children they make happy, but it's a lot. When I watch Blippi, I feel like the Maxell cassette commercial guy. I'm in the chair and my hair is and my tie.
So intensity,
being
deep intensity.
Yeah.
Sort of
it's like
Barney. Is it like Barney level intensity?
No, Barney is like chill.
Yeah, I guess Barney
is fun and nice.
Yeah.
It's like, at the end of a commercial on radio, they have a lot of like legal copy they have to get in, so the person talks really, really fast. It's like it's like that. Kristin, what I neglected to mention is that when Maximus is still eating popcorn in his robe, and he decides it's time to go save Lucy, I just want to talk about this song for a second because it's such a banger. It's called 16 Tons.
Yes.
It was written by Merle Travis, and this recording is by Merle Travis from 1947, although the 1955 Tennessee Ernie Ford version appears in Fallout 76. Can I just read you some lyrics?
I was hoping that you would, honestly. Like, I don't ever do deep dives on music in this show because I know that you're going to. And this was a song where I was like, what are they talking about? And I just never thought about it again because I thought you might tell me.
I love it. Okay. Yes, I can help.
Great.
It's about a coal miner. Wow, and this is actually really cool. When Merle Travis released it, the B-side was Dark as a Dungeon, also by Merle Travis, also a mining song, a song that I know because Johnny Cash recorded it. It appears on At Folsom Prison from 1968.
Heard of it.
You've heard of it. Okay, so that's Dark as a Dungeon, but we're here to talk about 16 Tons. So this song is about a miner working under the truck system and in debt bondage. Under the script system, workers were not paid cash. Rather, they were paid with non-transferable credit vouchers that could be exchanged only for goods at the company store.
Oh.
This made it impossible for workers to store up cash savings. They also usually lived in company-owned living quarters, and their rent was automatically deducted from their pay. Horrifying.
That's so fucked.
Horrifying system. So let me lay some of these lyrics on you. Oh, they're so good. Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood and skin and bones, a mind that's a weak and a back that's strong. And the chorus is, you load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt.
Oof.
St. Peter, don't you call me, because I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
Oof.
The 16 tons bit is a reference to when there would be like a newbie, when they'd get a new miner on the shift, all of the other guys would like hang back and let that guy do the bulk of the work. So like the sort of colloquial phrase was like, you're gonna do 16 tons today because we're all putting our feet up.
An initiation for the new guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the straw boss said, well, bless my soul. We hit the chorus again. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain. Fighting and trouble are my middle name. I was raised in the canebrake by an old mama lion. Can't no high-toned woman make me walk the line. Chorus. If you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't, a lot of men died. One fist of iron, the other of steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will.
Whoa.
You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, because I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
Wow.
A real fucking ripper.
Seriously. Incredible. Wow. Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah.
All right. So after Lucy explains that they're just letting them go, and we get that hilarious apology from Max in his suit, they go to the surface, and Lucy's like, we have their fusion core, and like, I don't like, their backup energy will only work for so long, and I don't know what will happen to them after that. And Max is like, but I need my suit. I can't be a knight without my suit. And I love that Lucy says, you can't be a knight by stealing from people either. Like, this is the lesson Max hasn't learned.
Yeah, let's hear their whole philosophical debate, because I think it has important ideas and also some great comedy.
We stole their fusion core.
Yeah, but I needed it for the armor.
Well, without their fusion core, their auxiliary power will only last a few days. And then what?
No.
Yes.
No.
Giving it back is the right thing to do.
Without the fusion core, this armor is useless. I can't be a knight.
Well, you can't be a knight by stealing from people either.
Yeah, but I can help people with this armor. All right? You, for example, I want to help you. You really want to give them their fusion core back if it means you don't get your dad?
If my dad found out that I destroyed an entire community to save him, that'd break his heart. I can't.
So, reluctantly, they drop the fusion core down the trapdoor, and we hear a muffled "Thank you."
Thank you. Yeah, from below. They, Max is reluctant, but I love the way he's like sort of standing at the door, and Lucy says, like, you thinking about those oysters? And he says, yeah. And the way he Aaron Moten in this episode is unbelievable. Like, obviously we've talked about the comedic moments, but like just him turning away after dropping the fusion core, you can like see how happy he is that it really feels like for the first time he's feeling what it feels like
getting it.
Yeah, he's feeling what it feels like to really do something that is noble and good, to really do something that he's sacrificing for the better of other people. And I just thought, again, it was like this tiny moment, but the show uses those tiny moments really well to get us to like see the interior of characters.
I love that. Like, leading up to the confession, Lucy's like, you're the best stranger I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably nobody has said anything remotely that nice to Maximus in the last like 20 years.
Yeah.
And she's like, you should come live with me. We should get a place together in my vault.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, I have to. This is where it turns for him, and he's like, I can't keep lying.
Yeah.
I can't go live with you in your vault if I'm going to keep telling you that my name is Titus. And then he tells her about what happened. I'm still a little like, you could do a better job of explaining what like 10% better, maybe.
Yeah.
Of explaining what happened and why.
He at least does say, like, he was threatening me. So instead of helping him, I watched him die. That feels like the truth, you know? Like,
yeah. It doesn't feel like not the truth, but like I feel like it's funny. Sometimes Maximus makes himself like seem more heroic or good than he is, and then sometimes he just like really undermines himself, and I'm like, bro, you didn't even have to do that.
I think
but
Maximus,
oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think Maximus, like, it really operates in a very like black and white frame of mind for the most part. Like, you're either good or you're bad, and there's sort of no gray area, which sort of ties into what Lucy is about to say to him after this confession. Is he, you know, and I think that's why we see him like, I'm only good, I'm only bad, I'm only bad, I'm only good. And she says, you know, this is the wasteland. I just threw acid in an innocent man's face. I've only been up here 2 weeks. Like, she's really working to try to get him to understand that he's not just bad. He's a product of an environment that has been extremely traumatic for him for years and years and years and years, which is important. And no one else has tried to teach Max that.
Yeah. Yeah. So they decide to get a place together.
I love, like, I know that they get their kiss before the episode is over, but like, I didn't even need it. Because the way that this scene ends, they're like standing really close and they just sort of like laugh and walk out together. And it's so fucking cute and it's so intimate. And I just think maybe it's even better than a kiss at all. It's lovely. So they go to find the head.
When we get to KPSS radio, which you may recall seeing an illustrated version of from last episode's credits.
No requests.
We hear some of this fiddle music. The song's called Minutemen Radio. It's by Heather MacArthur. You hear it in Fallout 4 there's a faction called the Minutemen. And they have what's called Radio Freedom, the radio of the Commonwealth. Kristin, what I may not have explicitly told you is that one of the many things you can do with your Pip-Boy in Fallout 4 is listen to different radio stations. You can tune into different radio stations.
Cool.
And one of the radio stations you can tune into is Radio Freedom, the radio of the Commonwealth Minutemen. And it's pretty much KPSS, although not explicitly so, but it's just all like
all fiddle all the
sort
time.
of like colonial Boston sounding fiddle music. So DJ Carl was kind enough to let Thaddeus call the Brotherhood of Steel for a pickup.
This conversation is amazing, Jenny. I feel like you've been like on some end of this conversation multiple times in your life.
I think maybe because I have been on one side or the other so many times, and I feel that I have grown from that place is why it like gets under my skin a little bit. Although if I could just like zoom out a little bit and appreciate the sort of like gentle troll of it.
Yeah,
I love it. Thaddeus like playing on and be like, yeah, so many people are ignorant about music. Sad. I feel bad for them.
It's like,
oh right, and this is a jab at the many people who, the many Fallout players who hate Radio Freedom.
Oh, really?
Radio Freedom is much maligned, and I think that this is pretty clearly a nod to the complaints they received about Radio Freedom.
Oh, fucking DJ Carl being like, you know, you can't get that warm sound anymore, and then he mentions the mids, and Thad is like, yeah, those mids, and DJ Carl's like, so right here are the mids. He's like, yeah, no, totally, those are the mids. That's That's really got that thing on it, Thad says, and DJ Carl is like, it's in it. It's actually not on it. It's good. It's good to me, at least.
The radio station is simply surrounded with booby traps of all kinds. There are dead bodies everywhere. Some of them decapitated, some of them skewered. It's wild. Lucy and Max roll up and Thaddeus empties his gun at them, and then in what I also took to be a nod to the game, he says, I suck without a scope, because he fired so many bullets and didn't hit either of them a single time, and that is often me in Fallout.
Lucy's face when like he's done, he has no bullets left, and she's like, dude, really? Like that? Like not even an arm? Like you didn't even hit like nothing. You hit nothing.
Yeah.
So he's like, who are you? Like Thad has not met Lucy. So he's like, who are you? And she's like, I'm the person that cut the head off, which is a great title in my opinion.
I got this party started.
And Thad takes a step back. And when he takes a step back, he triggers a booby trap that is not yet activated. And an arrow goes through his neck, just through his windpipe. You can kind of hear the like air that's coming out when he talks, which I thought was a really good effect. But he's fine actually, and he doesn't understand why am I not dead? He says with the arrow through his neck. He pulls it out and it heals immediately.
I love that Lucy's like, I wouldn't do that. And Thaddeus is like, I'm not just gonna leave it there.
But like honestly, he should have left it. Had he not been what we've learned, he's become a ghoul.
Now you may recall we learned from Thaddeus that the position of the Brotherhood of Steel on ghouls is not a friendly one.
Not at all. And he has inadvertently become one. Thank God, because if he had if somehow that arrow had not pierced something vital on the way in, it would have probably pierced it on the way out. So I'm really glad that he's a ghoul. I'm really glad that he's a ghoul because it means that he will carry on and come back to us. I hope.
As long as he stays in the meds. The chems, I should say.
Right. We need the ghoul to help Thad learn the ropes.
So you're hoping for a Thaddeus and ghoul team up in the future?
Yeah. Just not even a team up. Just like, very sarcastic, smug bitch ghoul, like teaching Thad how to survive and being grumpy about it, while 4 sits in the background. So Max and Thaddeus actually kind of get their healing, which is nice because Max is like, give me the head and run. I will cover for you. Like, I will make sure that they don't catch you. And Thad's like, you do that for me? It's really nice. And it's what we like. Well, I shouldn't speak for everybody, but it's what I wanted all along.
Dude. But also Thaddeus being like, oh no, they'll kill me if they find out once he sees the vertibird coming. And Lucy's like, wait, aren't they the good guys? And Thaddeus says, well, it's a complicated organization. It's very complicated.
They're both
and
like,
we're like,
well. Oh, God.
And then he's like, nice to meet you. And scurries off.
Yeah, fucking MVP, Thaddeus.
Max gives Lucy the artifact head and bashes in the face of a nearby decapitated noggin. And then they smooch.
Fred Armisen has never been happier. DJ Carl is smiling from ear to ear. He's like, this is what my fiddle music has always been meant for.
Yeah.
And they can't stop kissing. And the camera pans down. And as they're kissing, the 2 heads that they're both holding are also smooching, which is great. Find your dad.
Oh. I'm just thinking about like that moment. I'm thinking about the moment when Thaddeus is with the snake oil salesman and the snake oil salesman like sees the reflection.
Oh,
like he finds out that Thaddeus has a gun on him because he sees him in the reflection of the glass that's kind of like segmented. And there are all of these like great little visual moments. And I feel like it's Claire. I feel like those are Claire Kilner's moments based on her recent work on House of the Dragon.
She's the House of the Dragon. Okay. I was like,
she's the House of the Dragon. Yeah. Actually, a friend of the pod, Joanna Robinson, made much of Claire Kilner's decision to, in an episode that ran long, and actually I think this was the episode that like had to cut some stuff that maybe could have added further context. She left in this very long shot of Rhaenyra Targaryen like staring into dust motes, and like the camera's like focusing on the dust motes, and then the focus is shifting to Rhaenyra, and it's just like very meditative and like internal, and like choices like that make me think that these other shots that we're seeing here and so delighted by are also coming from Claire. I could be wrong. I don't know. We didn't find out.
I support it. I support it.
No.
Women supporting women, as I always say.
Yeah.
So they have this, like, you know, classic, find your dad, go home. You're supposed to come with me. Trust me. I'll wait for you in Vault 33.
Wow.
Wow. Off Lucy goes. Off she goes with her head. She's been, I mean, we waited. Did she get the head in, like, episode 2? Like, we've been waiting a long time for her to be, well, she got the whole will zig, maybe, in episode 2. But she's not had the head for a while. All right. Well, only one, and by one I mean 3 vaults left to discuss.
Yep.
What a difference a day makes, Jenny. This is not the first time that we've heard this song, eh?
That's what I'm always saying. Dinah Washington again. This version of the song, for whatever reason, much like the one we already heard, is titled "What a Difference a Day Made." But
right.
I believe in its original incarnation, the song was called "What a Difference a Day Makes." We heard this in episode 5, The Past. And hey, look, the Raiders are finally hungry enough to eat.
This is so sad. Like, the
terrible
minute
news.
that they're hungry enough to eat, there's rat poison in their food.
Yeah.
So they're all dying from this rat poison. Veronica, who just wants her Jell-O cake, is being taken out by the guards. And I write in my notes, Veronica would never do something like that. Leave Veronica alone.
Yeah, Veronica deserves better. Woody, in his little tattletale voice, is like, people are gonna be upset when they hear about this.
Betty, correct.
People love to have something to fuss about. So she's like, immediately, classic political redirection. She sends out the vault reassignments as soon as this news is primed to break.
Yeah. And we heard an announcement sort of like leading up to this moment of just like, the vault assignments are going out today. Wherever you wind up, that's where you belong.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Woody's getting sent to Vault 32 and he's bummed. Davy's getting sent to Vault 32 and he's stoked. Reg is staying in Vault 33 and he's stoked. Chet and Stephanie and the baby are getting sent to Vault 32. Stephanie is icing her vagina, as you do after you have a baby.
I can't believe you didn't say her bathing suit area.
Kristin, it's 219 years in the future from 52 years from now. So who has time for bathing suit
You don't
areas?
even know where a bathing suit goes in this timeline.
Exactly.
Yeah. Norm goes up to Steph and Chet's after the vault assignments go out, and Steph gives us just one line. It's just terrible about the Raiders, isn't it?
Smiling.
Smiling so big. Sure,
Yeah.
Sure stuff.
Norm wants to talk to Chet, and she's like, don't be too long. I'm holding the baby, so you have to pack everything.
Does this feel like relatable content to you, Jenny?
This is not how it works in my experience. Chet wants a fresh start, but Norm can't forget what they've seen, and he tells Chet that he's a coward, and Chet says, we all are, Norm. That's why we live in a vault.
I love Chet.
I know.
I literally just checked to see what my note was, and it was all caps. I love you, Chet. So,
all right, time for everybody to move on over to Vault 32.
Oh God, Woody, this is heartbreaking. Woody is like, I'm not going. I don't live there. I live there. I'm not. And there's like guards, which kind of also like that made me really ask about the sort of security / law enforcement presence in the vaults. Like we haven't really learned or heard a lot about that. And seeing that they were sort of like standing there blocking the exit was sort of like but it's not just like, and we all figure out what to do together. Like there is a police presence here. And Woody is like, I'm sorry about that. I don't know. I'm fine.
Proceed.
Yeah. You're not fine, Woody. You're not fine. And also, Woody and Reg, they hug for like an hour and a half. They're so sad to be apart.
Oh, gosh. And every vault needs an overseer. That's why we're pleased to announce Stephanie Harper. Isn't that interesting, Kristin? She came from Vault 31.
Chet like looks over at Norm like, just shut up. Just shut up. Okay, I know. Okay, I know. But I'm going and I'm going to pretend like it doesn't exist. Fuck. It is interesting, Jenny, and predictable.
What I thought was interesting is that some people are carrying boxes of stuff and some people are not. Some people are just like, eh.
Yeah, probably like all of their necessities are taken care of in 32. And so it's just like the people who had like a special plant that they loved or, you know, they're like little keepsakes.
Right.
Also, the baby being wrapped in like a Vault 33 blue and yellow blanket is a nice touch.
Norm uses this built-in diversion to sneak into Betty's office, hack into her computer, and message the overseer of Vault 31. I would be sweating.
This is bold.
It's really bold. And how does he know what to say? Okay, so Norm says, hello.
Hey, Betty, how are ya?
Yeah. Did that strike you as weird?
Yes.
The
Yes, it did. It was like, I mean, I couldn't figure it out, but I definitely like put it somewhere as like, that's a choice that they made.
Yeah. Norm says, I need to return to 31. Vault 31 overseer says, are you compromised? Norm says, mission not going as planned. Vault 31 overseer says, I see. Come to 31 immediately. Kristin, do you have any thoughts on what Norm will find when he goes to 31? He says hello and the door just opens for him. Sure.
Yeah. I have like fucking head empty. So we watched the episode twice. That's what we do. I watched this scene no less than 15 times and like freeze framing it, but then also like screenshot, because Amazon, let me tell you something about Amazon. If you're
when you pause,
it puts up the shit and dims the screen. Amazon is so far in all of the platforms that I have attempted to watch television shows that I'm going to podcast on, Amazon is the worst. It is the worst. You cannot do anything you need to do as a podcaster taking notes on Amazon. But I rewatched because I couldn't figure it out. And I like the first time I watched the episode, and I watched it like 3 times, I was like, you know what? I'll let it go, because when I do my deep dive watch, I'll figure it out. All I saw, Norm walks in, no one is there, and there's like a pile of things, one of which is sort of like a malfunctioning machine of some kind. And his facial expression makes me think he has some idea of what he's seeing. Like, he's horrified. I have like head fucking empty. I am confused.
Okay, head empty. Now that's a really interesting choice of words, Kristin. Head empty. When you hit stop on your recording software and you go watch the last episode, I want you to remember that you sat here and looked at me and said, head empty.
Head empty.
What is Norm seeing in Vault 31? My head is empty.
Great. I'm so happy to provide you all with this little giggle.
And everyone else who is watching along with the podcast. Think about it when you get there.
I don't know. My last note is all caps. What is this? I do not understand. Because I believe that someone wrote back to Norm. Like, there's someone, where they are, I don't know. But there is that was not an automated response. That is real. But it seems like nobody is there in 31, but maybe they're further in to the vault. I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, What are our predictions on the board, right? My predictions on the board is that 31 is the management vault. Though Coop's wife said management vaults, multiple. So, not that means that it has that, maybe it's just out of this trio, it's just 31 is the management vault. That's like my loosely working theory. That's why all the overseers come from 31, because they are management. They are not part of the experiments that the other vaults are, they're in control of these. They have to know that there's an experiment. I mean, somebody's got to know that the experiment is happening for it to be an experiment. So say in the triad of 31, 32, 33, 31 is management vault. They send the overseers to 32 and 33 where the experiments are happening. And I imagine that like, maybe 1, 2, and 3, one of those is a management vault. 4, 5, and 6, one of those is a management vault, and so on and so forth. But I still don't understand what I'm seeing in Vault 31. Like that part is where I'm just very confused. Also, you said head empty so many times. So I would like to point out that at one point I did suggest that the brains of people were being wiped. So
being wiped.
Yeah, like remember when Stephanie was like the mashed potatoes were better, and it was like
right.
The same
You're saying
thing.
People who come from 31 come with a blank slate.
They come with a blank slate, but it's not adding up. It's not. There's a missing piece. There's a missing piece, and I can't see it. And I guess that's credit to the show, but I do wish I could see it. I do wish I was all powerful. And could tell, but I don't know. But I'm about to know. Give me fucking 20 minutes. You know what I mean? We could go in there and I'm going to find out all the information and I'll finally be as smart as Jenny Owen Young's.
I'm not smart. I've just already seen it.
That's what I mean.
Oh boy. Let's talk about the credits animation, shall we?
Yes. Where are we? The Griffith Observatory. Heard of it?
Yeah. Yep. The Griffith Observatory ruins. The Griffith Observatory Science and Friendship Center, sponsored by Vault-Tec. It reads. We see a crashed vertibird. We see a
bunch, right? Like I was like, ooh, one, and then I was like, oh, so many.
As we keep going, we see more. Some destroyed buildings.
So Moldaver is supposedly in there, though I don't know why Tommy would have actually told him the truth, but whatever. Moldaver is apparently in the observatory.
I can't believe how many things are going to happen in the last episode. I did not, you watch a show, you don't remember exactly where everything falls. There are so many things that I have been waiting for,
and they're all in
to discuss with you,
episode.
And they are so back end loaded.
But let's take a minute on this, right? Because the Griffith Observatory, it's in the end credits. It's an important location. It's where we're headed. It's where allegedly Moldaver is. We learned in this episode that Moldaver had worked in the creation of this cold fusion. Is that what it's called? Cold fusion, which is a limitless energy supply, right? Would all the world's fucking wars rooted on who gets the energy, this would solve the conflict, and she was the one at the origin point of this before Vault-Tec bought it. So, and she's the flame bitch. So I don't know, cold fusion, flame bitch, cold and hot. I don't know what's happening there. Whatever. So she's there inside this place, and we know that the head has a little thing in it that probably is the one piece that Moldaver needs to recreate her cold fusion. And are they shooting down the planes? Why are all the planes crashed out there? When did that happen? You know what I'm saying? I have a question about that as well. That's all. I just wanted to say all that out loud. Thank you for listening.
No. I'm glad you said it all. Did you have any predictions or anything? Any questions you really want answered by the end of the next episode? Before we have to wait a year for the next season?
Do we still have to wait a year? We watched it after the fact, so maybe a little less than a year.
We'll see. Ooh, there was some Yellowjackets season 3 casting news today. Did you see it?
I didn't. What is it?
Joel McHale has been added to the cast.
Joel McHale. I know that name, but I can't put a face to it.
He's from Community.
Oh, yeah, this guy. Why do I know this guy? I know him from something very recently. Oh, no. I know him because he's in the fucking Bear. He's in the Bear. He's the fucking guy. He's the asshole in the Bear. The chef who's you're fucking up everything. Do it again. The guy that's basically traumatized the Bear. That's why he's so recognizable to me.
Right.
Great. Do we know anything about who he's playing?
No. It's a big secret.
Well, Wait, did you ask me a question? What happened? Yellowjackets season 2? Oh, I said, do we really have to wait a year? Things that I want to be wrapped, or things that I want answers to. I would like to know what the little vial in the head is for. My prediction is that it has something to do with cold fusion, but also I would love to know why people worship the Flame Mother, how that all started. I also would love to know if Moldaver likes this, or if she's like, guys, stop. You know, I'm kind of hoping that she's like, guys, stop. I would love something. I don't expect a full answer, but I would love something on Lucy's mother. I would love to know why Jenny Owen Young said, please let me use the sound clip of Lucy as a child, or Lucy explaining that when she was a child, she felt that the sun was real until her mom died. And then she realized her mom was the reason that the sun felt real.
Mm-hmm.
Or ... I love some information there.
Oh, you remember that, huh?
Yeah, I remembered it. I have magnifying glasses all over this office at this point. I would love to know who the ghoul is looking for, or like why, because it's not just Moldaver. There's someone else in the equation. I would like to know that. I would not like to know what happened to Roosevelt. I'm hoping they don't tell me anything about that. I would not like to know.
Mm-hmm.
Did I forget anything? Oh, and then, what the fuck is going on in 31? That would be nice to know as well.
Well, I think I can say with certainty that you'll get some answers.
Great.
But right now, the person who needs answers is me, Kristin, because it's time for our next to last installment of season 1's Wasteland Would You Rather. Kristin
I would
Russo.
not rather taste the toe blood of Thaddeus.
Would you rather find some blood at a gas station and take a little lick?
I knew it.
Or...
Oh, no.
Would you rather drink a potion prepared for you by the snake oil salesman?
I'm drinking the potion. I will not touch that blood.
Even if the potion makes you a ghoul?
Yeah, being a ghoul seems pretty fucking awesome as long as you got your meds.
Okay. All right. She's drinking what the snake oil salesman is selling. What? I'm sorry. My brain. I can't remember what the last thing was.
How do you always forget my buffet of ass jerky every time?
It's still the ass jerky. I thought you defected to something else.
No.
Okay.
I don't
would
think
you rather,
I did.
Would you rather drink what the snake oil salesman is selling or eat some ass jerky?
I would rather eat ass jerky, but I will say that, having a good swig of the potion followed by a nice chomp of ass jerky sounds like the right
seem like
order.
a solid pairing.
Yeah, exactly. If I was a sommelier and they said, what do you pair with ass jerky? I would say the snake oil salesman potion.
Yeah, totally. Snake oil.
Yeah. It's just snake oil.
Man, I'm so sad that we only have one more episode.
Me too. But listen, Jenny, after Fallout is finished, it is predicted that we may cover another show that also stars Ella Purnell. And that also requires a magnifying glass.
We got to catch up. Now that our magnifying glasses are almost done being utilized over here,
I could not
them.
tell you anything that happens. I could tell you like 2 things that happen in Yellowjackets season 2. It's been so long.
I'm excited to dive back in.
Yeah, we got to dive back in because Yellowjackets season 3 is headed this way.
Yeah.
Well,
in the interest of forward motion, I guess I'll say I'm Jenny Owen Youngs. And when I'm not watching Fallout or Buffy, The X-Files or Yellowjackets, I'm making music, beautiful friends. My latest album is called Avalanche. You can listen to it wherever you stream music. You can also find it in its physical forms at your local independent record store or at jennyowenyoungs.com. You can give me a shout on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, or wherever on socials at Jenny Owen Youngs.
When you're done with that, I'm Kristin.
And not a moment before.
I'm Kristin Russo, and I am usually just watching all of those shows that Jenny has listed. I've been watching a series, Jenny, called From. It was first season is on Amazon, at least for another minute or two, and the second season is on MGM Plus. There's 47 places where we have to go to watch TV these days. It's really a lot. But regardless, my point being that we finished season 1, and my sister was like, just let me know when you start season 2. I'll watch it again with you. And I was like, well, tonight we've got to watch Fallout, and tomorrow we've got to watch The X-Files. And after that, like, the amount of television that happens in this household is high. So when I'm not doing that, I'm usually sleeping. But with the time in between, I work with and for LGBTQ plus communities. You can learn more about my work at KristinNoeline.com, KristinNoeline. Use that spelling to also find me on social media.
Buffering, a rewatch adventure, is on socials at BufferingCast, and you can drop us an email at hello@bufferingcast.com.
If you're listening to this podcast in real time, that means you were a supporter of our work on Patreon. Thank you so much. If you're listening to it later and you're not yet a patron, please become one. We do a lot of fun things over there. Like, you would have listened to this so long, you would have been ahead of the curve. We also do hangouts and live watches, and there's advanced tickets that are sold. It's a good time. Patreon.com/bufferingcast. It also helps us do what we do. We are independent.
I definitely am an independent woman. And so is Kristin.
Yeah.
We are two independent women being independent both together and separately. And this episode was independently produced by Kristin Russo and Jenny Owen Young's no relation. It was edited by Kristin Russo. And till next time, let's get a look at that tattered Tootsie.
Oh, Okey Dokey.
Some people say a man is made out of mud, but a poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood, skin and bones, they got a mind that's weak and a back that's strong. He loads 16 tons, and what do you get? You get another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
Goodbye, Kyle!
Did the sound of those words call to you like Pavlov's dog? Then you might enjoy our podcast, Turtle Time.
Every week, you can join me, Riley Hamilton, and my co-host, Amy Scarlatta, as we cover the most pressing Bravo news and dig into the new episodes to answer important questions like, who the hell is Adrian Malouf in this world?
Listen to Turtle Time on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Wednesday and Friday.
The Regency era. You might know it as the time when Bridgerton takes place, or the time when Jane Austen wrote her books. But the Regency era was also an explosive time of social change, sex scandals, and maybe the worst king in British history. And on the Vulgar History podcast, we're going to be looking at the balls, the gowns, and all the scandal of the Regency era. Vulgar History is a women's history podcast, and our Regency era series will be focusing on the most rebellious women of this time. That includes Jane Austen herself, who is maybe more radical than you might have thought. We'll also be talking about queer icons like Anne Lister, scientists like Mary Anning and Ada Lovelace, as well as other scandalous actresses, royal mistresses, rebellious princesses, and other lesser-known figures who made history happen in England in the Regency era. Listen to Vulgar History wherever you get podcasts.